this idea that life outside the individual person doesn't exist is just simply not true. It's simply not true. The world is filled with life. God, spirits, man. That's what it is. And so a lot of people, for a long time, did not believe that. I've said this before, but I remember when I first became a priest and would read the gospel passages about the demoniac. People felt uncomfortable with that. I felt uncomfortable with it because I knew I could sense the resistance to it, but yet here it's in the gospel, it's got to be true, right? But what does it mean? How to reconcile? These days, 30 years later, which is no time at all, I can speak of these things freely, and people know that it's true. How do they know that it's true? Because they see the evil that's manifesting itself around us. That's why. There has to be a devil. There has to be evil spirits. There has to be spirits, period. You could not talk this way 30 years ago. You could not. I remember going to college. I went to a very anti-Christian liberal school. I was one of the few Christians there. And, so I would defend it. I would get into arguments with people and stuff like that. But the pushback and the ridicule, that you would especially face from faculty because they knew better, but they were secularists, right? They were secularists and they just looked down. So the only thing you can do against the truth is, if it's true, but you don't want to believe it's true, the only thing you can do is scorn it. That's the only thing you can do. You can't disprove truth. You can't disprove truth. It's not possible. All right? So what do? You scorn it. So, as a student and stuff, I would experience that scorn, but it just made me tougher. Sometimes the persecution makes you stronger, right? It does. I wasn't the only one. There was other people there doing what I was doing. But I could see, that was almost an impenetrable barrier. And of course, that was the age, that was the era, right? And becoming a priest then too, I kind of saw it still in the church too. I didn't analyze it. It was culture, man. Fish he's not aware he's swimming in water. He just swims in water because that's what it is, right? And that's how we respond to culture. Lots of times we aren't aware at all. But now, it's different.